YugiNoNo!
It's King Brew Pair!
Alright guys, first things first, before I get into my epic tale about my epic journey and about me savaging Konami, I have to get some stuff out of the way. First off, like I said last week, and I believe the week before, I finally got the free mats to give to you guys. So, thank you Meta Mats, they are my sponsor. They give me these free mats to give away to you guys. So, go ahead to enter in the giveaway. There's going to be the thumbnail to this video on my Facebook page. Go to the Facebook page, and then go ahead and comment whatever you want. Just let me know that you want to win the mat. And please guys, don't message me because you will kill my response time. And I pride myself on a pretty good Facebook response time most of the time. And speaking of Facebook, I actually passed 2,000 likes on Facebook, so that is awesome. And then also I passed 30,000 subscribers. That is what I came home to after, you know, Chicago going to Nats, as I came home to 30,000 subscribers and 2,000 likes on my Facebook page. Thank you all so much. It is just, it's amazing. It was an amazing feeling. Like, I'm exhausted. I'm completely exhausted after a 12-hour drive. I'm like laying down in bed, like going through my phone, and then I see 30,000 subs. It was like 30,004 or 30,002, and I was like, that made it worth it. That made it so worth it. And of course, getting to meet all of you guys was like the highlight of the whole trip. It really was. It was like the most epic thing ever. I met over 100 of you easy, like well over 100. I want to say probably even closer to the 200 mark, believe it or not, taking pictures with people, signing cards, deck boxes. I even signed someone's belly. Like, oh God, probably the most gay moment of my life. And I wanted to do that. Not the belly part. I wanted to meet all of you guys. I wanted to hang out with all of you guys. I didn't participate in any side of it. I did the LCQs, you know, day one, didn't make it. I was like, you know what, oh well. And then, you know, I said, oh well, because, you know, so many of you guys approached me. So at that point, I just decided, you know, like day one, day two, I was just gonna, you know, hang out with all of you guys, and that's exactly what I did. I didn't do any events. I just hung out, you know, with the Meta Mats crew and signed autographs and just talked to everybody. I talked to everybody that I could. I was so excited to meet everybody. It was honestly the coolest experience of my life. It really, really was. And then it was really cool. Like my dad called me. You know, my parents live like 2 hours away from me, so he called me. He was like, "How was your trip?" And I was like, "Dude, your son just signed, like, your son is the king of nerds." That's pretty much what I told him. Like, your son is the king of nerds. I'm the Yugi Jesus. And he thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, he got, like, the biggest kick out of that. I showed him, you know, all these pictures and stuff. And that's one thing that's gonna lead up into the story is I got into it with Konami, okay? So, like, you know, so many good things happened. So many good things happened. But I did get into it with a Konami representative. I don't know their name. I don't know anything about them. I'm just gonna say that I savaged them in that situation. Then you'll understand in the story that I'm about to say. You guys are gonna be like, get on with it already. I'm getting to it, okay? I just want to say that I also savaged Konami because I stole their Table 500 card for my skits. I was like, I have to get the Table 500 for skits because I had some skits in mind. So stay tuned for those because now I have a Table 500 for more bad Yu-Gi-Oh players skits. So that's one way I savaged them. But the main way, it was a very tense moment followed by probably the coolest moment of my life. So I was in line to meet Maximilian Pegasus, so the voice actor that plays Maximilian Pegasus. So my inner child is just like going nuts. That's why the line was so long, and I feel sorry for all these people that didn't get their stuff signed. They gave you these cards if you got in line early enough, and then, like, I guess he only agreed or something to only sign, you know, like X amount of, you know, cards and stuff. And if you didn't have one of these, like, you know, placeholder cards, like, you know, one of these laminated cards, then you couldn't, you know, get your stuff signed by Pegasus. So it was really sad seeing a lot of people that were behind me in line. I was actually the cutoff. I was like the last person in line. So it was really sad to see that. You know, and I wanted to talk to the Konami lady that was up there about that and ask her, but I forgot by the time I got up there because I was in line forever. So I was waiting in line, and Billy Brake was actually right in front of me in line. I was wanting to do like a Yugi Jesus meets Yugi Jesus thing, but he wouldn't let me film him. He would not let me film him, and I don't think he likes me very much, but I don't know if he does or not. But anyways, I like him, so it's whatever. So it was Billy and Jackie, you know, ahead of me in line, and it was me and Jason, you know, one of the Meta Mats crew guys that I was in line with, and I was in line with the fan who just so happened to, you know, hop in line with me at the same time I did. And what happened was So we were waiting in line, we were all shooting the shit, having a really good time. I met several other fans in line. I signed someone's watermelon at some point that they brought. So yeah, that was really cool. You know, like I said, met so many people this weekend, so many people. It was insane. It was just absolutely insane. But what happened was the next round of the main event started. So Billy, Jackie, and I forget the guy's name that I was in line with, one of my fans. I got his card signed, you know, by Pegasus for him. I was like in line for him, you know what I mean? And Billy and Jackie gave their stuff, you know, their like placeholder cards to people that were, you know, because they had to go back. I took my friends, you know, my fan friends' placeholder card and got stuff signed for him. Billy and Jackie gave their stuff to like people that were waiting, you know, out of hope, you know, behind me. But yeah, that line was actually really long. It was pretty long to meet Pegasus. It really was. And so I finally made it up to Maximilian Pegasus. I finally get up to him. Like I said, I was like last in line, so it took forever. But I finally got up to him. He was really, really nice. He was a really cool guy. And I got one of my cards that a fan sent me, my Maximilian Pegasus card. I got him to sign it, and that was really cool because something that someone sent me, I got signed by, you know, by Pegasus. And then the guy that sent me this actually messaged me, and he was like, "Dude, I can't believe that, you know, that you actually got it signed by him and stuff." And I was like, it goes both ways, because I can't believe that someone that I get sent so many things, and I'm in this position to where, you know, I have so many fans and stuff to where, you know, when someone sends me something, I can, you know, go do something with it. That's just fantastic. But like I said, the guy that plays Pegasus was really, really nice, and that leads us to the next part of the story. So I got my stuff signed by him. You know, I tried to get him to say something for me. The Konami lady, I don't know what's her face. You guys all know who she is. She's like the Asian lady, like the head of Konami in America or whatever. But she was like, "No, we're saving his voice for tomorrow." I tried to get him on camera saying something for you guys. I didn't even care about who she was. I was gonna film him whether or not she said yes or not if he was for it. But anyways. Yeah, I didn't get him to say something. I was gonna get him to say Yugi Jesus, but I sadly was not able to do that, and I wasn't able to film with Billy. Billy wouldn't film with me. I mean, I understand that he's, you know, likes to stay on Konami's good side and stuff, but I had no dog in the fight, guys. I was not in the main events. I mean, if they kicked me out, they're just hurting you. Like, you know what I mean? They're not hurting me. So I had no fear. I had no fear whatsoever. Matter of fact, at one point I thought about getting on, you know, the live stream and getting under the camera and like waving at it or something, because the stage wasn't guarded where they were live streaming, you know, the feature matches. It was not guarded. So maybe next time I'll savage them that way. We'll think about next year. But anyways, so I walk out of the line after I get, you know, my stuff. Oh yeah, and I got my friend's stuff signed, you know, like I was saying. Got stuff signed for him. So I get out of the line, and what I didn't realize is the Dragon Duels were right there next to Pegasus, and I had met with all the older players, and, you know, everybody, like, you know, the pictures I was showing you earlier. But what was nuts and what really got me, it really I don't know, it was probably the coolest moment of my life, because this is the highlight of the story and the highlight of the trip for me. So I get out of line, like I said, and I walk past the Dragon Duels, and all I hear is YugiNoNo, Yugi Jesus, Yugi, you know, all this stuff. And I look over, and like all these kids, like a dozen kids, are like coming towards me. I didn't even realize that kids liked my channel. It really makes me want to clean it up. Like I said, a dozen kids, and it was so cool. And you know, I was like signing stuff, you know, signing their mats, signing their cards, you know, everything that they wanted signed, I was signing for them. And what was even cooler is like Pegasus, like, dude, I mean, it was like right there next to him, really. It wasn't very far. And I caught him looking over at me like, "Who is that guy? I just signed his stuff." And I'm signing people, you know, the kids stuff. And he was looking at me like, you know, he wasn't looking at me like the whole time, but yeah, I kind of caught him looking at me like, "Who is that guy?" You know, and so it was cool. Like someone, you know, from the show that I watched as a kid, who just signed, you know, who just signed this card for me, it was watching me sign, you know, all these kids' cards, and that was just so cool. It's the coolest moment of my life. It really was. And I was talking to all these kids' as parents and stuff. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh parents are really cool. I wish my parents were that cool when I was that age, let me tell you. Let's see here. So I'm signing all this stuff, you know, like I said, and talking to the parents, and I was like, you know, like I said, a lot of the parents were there, you know what I mean? They're watching their kids play Yu-Gi-Oh! So, I mean, it was completely cool. so I was like, how would you kids like to be in a video? And they just went crazy, you know what I mean? Because I had my camera and my tripod on me, and they just went nuts. They were so excited. They were so excited. It warmed my heart. It really did. It made me feel really cool because they were just so excited to be on camera. I was just gonna have them say like Yugi Jesus or something, you know what I mean? And like it'd be like an intro to a video, you know. Obviously a more clean video because there's kids in it. But yeah, I was gonna have them, you know, be in a video. And the parents were excited for the kids, you know, like they were excited for the kids. So I get my tripod set up, you know, and I get my camera out of my bag, and I set it up. And this Konami person, here's where I wrecked him. So this Konami person, you know, comes up to me, and they were like, I can't remember exactly what I said, but they came up to me. They were like, "We're gonna have to ask you to put that up." And I said, "Why?" And they go, "Because we're paying some, you know, people to, you know, film around here." And I was like, "Well, I'm not filming what they're filming. I'm filming, you know, these kids that are fans of mine." And he's like, "I'm still gonna have to ask you to put that up. You know, we're gonna have to call security, you know, all this stuff." And I was like, "Okay, all right." And I'm like looking over this guy, not trying to sound like a dick, but he was being a dick to me, and he was being a dick to my fans, which pissed me off. Okay, it really pissed me off. So I said, "All right, I'll put my camera up, but what you and Konami are doing to these kids right now is shit. It is shit." And he pissed me off. And he looked at me like he's never been talked down to before, you know? And I think he really needed to hear it. Some people sometimes, I mean, you got to stand your ground. I'm not for violence. I'm not for intimidation. You guys know that I try to be a really good role model in the community. I really, really do. But when push comes to shove, if someone pisses me off or fucks with my fans, I'm going to stand up for them. I'm going to stand up for them, and I'm going to stand up for myself. And they were fucking with my fans. I shouldn't say the F word, but I'll tell you what, dude, I swear, the parents were just like, you know, they were right there when I told Konami off. They were right there. And they agreed with me, like, you got to stand your ground, and you have to, you know, I was like, I'm sorry, you know, to the kids, you know, I apologize to the kids for my language that I used against this person, but, you know, they knew I was fighting for them, and I think that they saw me and thought it was really cool that I was standing up for them. And that's how I got him, you know what I mean? Here's the thing, guys. If you're in a position of power, okay, like, you know, or it's not even a position of power, when you think that you're in a position of power, don't go overboard with it, okay? Because you're nothing. Like, you're really nothing. This is a children's card game. This is about the kids. And I'm just saying, guys, I'm not a bad person. And for this Konami person to not only come up to me and try to be condescending, which was a mistake on his part, but to you know, deny my fans something that they were excited about, really made me mad. It really, really made me mad. I'm still kind of, you know, my blood still kind of boils because of it. But yeah, it's whatever. I mean, like, they need to loosen up. Konami is making some very poor business decisions, not only with the card game, but with their relation to the community, which other YouTubers have made videos about. And if they're too afraid to say it, then they're too afraid to say it. Konami sucks, and they need to fix their business because they are going to lose so many people, so many players, if they continue this policy of this big corporate policy, which I'm all for making money. I'm pro capitalism and everything else. But like when you fuck with your customers in the way that Konami does, it's not right. It is not right. When you have very little involvement with the community like Konami does, they just fuck with their players. They really do, with the ban list and everything else. They really screw with their players. They screw with their players when it comes to rarities, when it comes to reprints, and just everything. And granted, they are a business. They need to make money, but they need to fix that. A lot of these things need to be fixed. You can still make a lot of money and be less shitty. You know what I mean? And that's what I told, you know, the parents after, you know, the Konami person, you know, when the Konami person walked away from me. I was talking to one of the moms. She was a really cool mom. I said, they're just jealous because the players like me more than them. And that's true. Yu-Gi-Oh players, for the most part, I think, like me more than Konami. And they're jealous. Let me point out something really good, though. I wasn't able to get to all the kids, okay? Let me point out something really good about the Konami judges. Not the Konami representatives, but the Konami judges, okay? Something really cool. I didn't get to take a picture with every kid. They had to go back to their round. And, you know, they were keeping, you know, people out of the Dragon Duelist area. But one judge let me sneak in to take a picture with a kid that, you know, I took a picture with the dad's camera, you know, And it was really cool. This one judge let me in to take a picture with the one kid I missed, you know what I mean? Or no, I missed two, but then the mom took a picture of me like squishing the kid's head from a distance. So either way, I got a picture with them, and that was really, really cool. So I got to every kid that wanted to meet me, and that's the point. And I have to thank that Konami judge, whoever you are, you're a badass. You're a badass, and he was not afraid to let me in, and I guess he kind of was, because after I took the picture, he goes, "Now run like the wind." Like, get out of here. You're gonna get me in trouble. But yeah, he was really cool. He was really cool. So thanks to that guy. He was awesome. He's the best Konami judge ever. So he's very brave. But anyways, guys, that is gonna wrap up this video. I like to give credit where credit is due. That judge definitely deserves credit, and that's what I wanted to go over this video, guys. So it was the coolest experience of my life, followed by a very tense experience, but you know, it was worth it. It was all worth it, and I do it for you. Like I said, I defended you then. I will continue to defend you now, because I love all of my Yugi bros. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I really do. And I wanted to make this video earlier, but I still have so much footage to go through from this weekend. But yeah, guys, as always, be sure to dick slap that like button and subscribe.